Hey, what's going on, Tanya? Brandon? Never give up, never, nah, never, man. Never that. Sorry, guys. Hey, you got a mask? I do. I only got one. I mean, I'm not tripping off of it like that. I got one. The the lady at the recycle gave me one. Yeah, I think if it's as bad as they say it is, the mask is the last. I mean, not the last, but I don't think the mask is gonna save you. The thing that will save you is if you don't be all in. I think if you don't be all in people's faces and shit, and catch any of them spit droplets and shit. But you don't got the corona. Hell no, I don't got this shit. Everything, everything except that shit for malaria. Like I pretty much like everything that people are saying that works. I just stack up on that shit. Like I got a bunch of tonic water, um, lemon squeezes, little shit. They said don't cough in public, right? They never said don't burp. Don't cough in public. They can't stop you from doing that. Don't cough in public. Fuck it. Oh man. It's it's legitimate. It's like they're implementing little shit. They're implementing little shit to see how far they can go with the control. Let's see if we can make them. Let's see if we can make them stop coughing. All right, strong. Let me see. That'll be my live stream in the future. I think actually they're just fucking, making the way for New World. Making the way for a new world. Training, getting everybody trained. Everybody's being trained right now. Social distancing. Pretty soon we're gonna hate each other. We're not even gonna fucking want any type of human companionship or anything. Not our generation, but out a text to stay home. Oh God. Yeah. These people are one of a kind, I tell you. People are so fucking sleep. I'll never understand how we can fucking just let a government, excuse me, legitimate, how we can just fucking let a government walk all over us like that. Our government, like, excuse me, that's legitimate. We're deeper than the government, meaning there's a lot more of us than there is of them. All we gotta do is sit down and fucking nobody work. Stop all fucking movement. Nobody work. Nobody do none of that shit. You feel me? Like they would probably get shit right. Like they can't run this fucking world by themselves. Stop paying rent. Fucking just all that shit. What's up? You'll find out someday. Get out. Have a great Easter. The fuck? Get out. Have a great Easter. Hey, likewise, Tanya. Is it Easter already? They are keeping us in jail in our homes. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Luckily, the wardens haven't popped up yet. The military wardens. I know one thing. I want it. Easter egg hunt with rats in the park. Yeah, I know, right? Oh. Hell yeah. Look at that bag. They can't stop with that bullshit. They cannot stop, I tell you. Wednesday afternoon here. Oh, wow, it's afternoon out there. That's what, Canada? Tell you. Yeah, that's cool. With the due respect to you. Radiating so high, burning my skin up all week. Yeah, RT put me up on something. He said anything like with berries, like especially like blueberries, anything berry, try and consume a lot of that because berries flush out the, they flush out the radiation poisoning. Preferably, blueberries. It's not over yet though, Rocky. We still have a little bit of fight left in us. If only just that, we still got a little bit. I think they are gonna put up all 5G. I think they're gonna put up all 5G all Easter. I wouldn't doubt it. Depopulation in effect, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely in effect. I sent out a video. I gotta figure out a way to download YouTube videos because there's a lot of videos of people, actually having this shit, and the doctors aren't doing nothing. Like they're just sending them home to their families and shit. Like this one chick, she went to the doctors and they told her, "Oh no, it's just a bug. You don't have it. You don't have it." And then, a week later, she's back in the hospital with that shit. And fucking, you know, they're telling her they can't do nothing for her. They're trying to send her home. I'm gonna try, if there's a way, I'm gonna try and, get every, or download every video. I can't do it on YouTube for some reason, but if I can find videos with people who actually have the shit, I'm gonna try and find those type of videos. A lot of bullshit we go through. On top of being targeted individuals, like we're literally like fucking champions and shit. Oh man, alright, the tiger type shit. Whatever you do, don't go outside. Well, that's good. No point. Naming yourself. Paw cream is good. Paw cream. I haven't heard of that. Cold guilt packs. All families will be home. And happy watch David Icke, Real TV, great watch, everyone. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure if that's a specific one, but I watched a lot of David Icke's. That definitely. Hey, what's up, Mo? Sorry, I'm still straight. It is our Waves channel. Okay, for sure. I'll check that out. And we'll get a notification or not on time. That, yeah. They love doing that shit. It took me like 4 times to even start this live right now. It's the fourth try. Nappy, how has your day been? Not bad. Not bad. Hopefully you guys had a good day as well. Or as best of a day you could have. .25 Wednesday afternoon. No stars out tonight. Or there are stars, but the chemtrail is just hiding them. Oh. Once upon a time, a long time ago when I was a little kid, you could used to walk outside and just look up in the sky and there'd be stars everywhere. Now you gotta search. And when you do find one, you gotta hope it's a star and not a satellite. Fucking crazy. Nappy, at least you can't on Awakened World is flagged for anything she was talking about. Her stuffed animals flag kicked off. What the fuck? Yeah, they're just, I don't know why. I don't think they want Awakened World to get any type of help or anything. It's fucked up. That's fucked up because she does need help. Yes, especially on clear nights. Yeah, those used to be the days. They've taken a lot of shit away from us. Fucking stars, fucking real clouds, fucking insects. Barely see any butterflies, barely see any fucking moths, snails, worms. Killing off everything. And then they try and clean that shit up by fucking throwing foundations, save the bees, save the fucking, whatever, snails, save the whatever, when they're the ones killing them. Banking off of everybody's sympathy. Uh, Nappy stuff. Hey, top, what's going on? Leonard. It's not morning yet. Yeah, it's not. They spray chemtrails over our drinking water now. Can't drink it now. Yeah, no, right? They're upgrading the human. That's all. They're just upgrading us and shit. Turning us into robots. Or if they can't turn us into robots, they're gonna make us robot compatible. Once upon a time, long ago, back when my body didn't buzz all the time. I know, right? Oh, man. I would hate to think that we voted these laws in without even knowing. And hey, what's going on, Wendy? Yes, I agree with you. Thursday, accuser of the brethren night and day. But here's the thing: humanity is the brethren. You know what the ones are doing the whole thing. Which ones are doing the whole thing? Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. This shit is sad, but it's real. Very sad, but very real. A wicked world. Yeah. Everybody vibrate. Just stop by for a moment to say hi, peace. Hey, peace, Wendy. Do you think things will ever be the same again? Never be the same. Never, never, never. Excuse me, that's legitimate. I believe that we're going through what we're going through right now, even with the targeting. It's all a part of the shit coming together. Everything's just coming together. You know, people are getting used to right now. It was always said, you know, even from the Minority Report movie, you know, everybody's fucking gonna be watching you and fucking telling on you. Your fucking kids are gonna be telling on you. Fucking, you know, we're already going through that as TRs. You know, and if you know you go against the system, you don't appreciate what they're fucking throwing at us, then you know you're gonna be stalked and harassed by these motherfuckers, and they're getting paid. It's almost like social credit, like in China, how they get social credit and shit. Just like this is, just like what this shit is. Getting people used to that, getting people used to social distancing and shit, and you know. Pretty soon it's gonna be nasty to fucking have a companion that you touch physically and shit. You're gonna have to put one of those brain caps on and fucking, you know, have relations with a brain cap or get any type of emotional feeling with a fucking brain cap over the fucking internet. It's fucking insane. Kids are already grown. You gotta figure kids are growing up in this shit right as we speak. Fucking Trump says this shit could go on for a year. It could go on for longer. We're gonna try and stop it sooner. But, you know, it can go on for a year or longer. That's 2 against 1 right there. So kids are already getting into the groove of things. Okay, I don't want to be by that kid because that kid, that's germs. Like, it's going to be, they're not going to want to be by each other. They're going to be afraid of getting germs and shit. I don't want your germs. It's already in the making. Like everything is unfold. Everything we've ever been told. It's legitimate. Everything we've ever been told. Everything we've ever saw and could, you know, tell that this is where the world was heading because of the fucking signs and shit. Like there's it's unfolding right before our eyes. So to act surprised about it, you know, me myself too, because you know, I don't see how these motherfuckers could be doing this shit. But to act surprised about it, I mean, it's like a Christian, you know, who says, have faith, have faith, have faith, have faith, have faith. And then they miss out on the first check or, you know, whatever. They miss out on something. And then they forget that they're telling everybody else to have faith. And they fucking lose their mind. Or not just a Christian, but anybody, you know. Have faith, have faith, have faith. And then, you know, it was bound to happen. We knew it. In the movies, the shit that we're going through and the way that we are, in the movies, the people like us are called the resistance. We are called the resistance. We are who the AI wants to destroy. Shit. Hey, what's going on? We'll be in time. Robert Duncan, he knew about all this. Yep. It's a lot of people. A lot of people was telling us too. Like, hey, what's going on? What? It's crazy because, like, when back, even as like a young, like when people told me certain shit, like I just knew, like, you know, like I knew it was like I would be able to tell like that shit was real, like especially like when they spoke on like spirits, demons, and fucking and ghosts and shit. Like I used to fucking, especially like my cellies and shit. Like whenever we started talking about topics like that, like I would get fucking goosebumps. My eyes would water. Like it would be crazy. Like that's the type of shit that fucking like we would converse about and like I would be into, like. And then, you know, you got the motherfuckers that be talking about how much money they got on the streets and how much this and that. You know, you can kind of tell when somebody's lying. And sometimes, in some cases, they don't be lying. But, you know, once you hear that same fucking story over and over and over again, and, you know, the situation looks a little different on the inside, you can kind of fucking distort the real from the fake conversations and shit, the just pastime conversations. So I think I always knew like it was like this world wasn't fucking what it was. Since got on buffer and no live stream indicator. Yeah, they're doing that to a lot of people. I had somebody I believe it was like a couple weeks ago. I had somebody get on a thing calling me Satan and shit, and fucking you're what he say? He said you're gonna you're gonna go to hell for doing what you're doing to us and shit. Like basically, he was calling me a fucking gang stalker and shit because he was sending messages and I wasn't responding because they don't give me notifications for everybody that sends or puts a comment on you know on the video and shit. I don't get notifications for that shit. And sometimes I'll get the notification and tap on the video and then the fucking comment ain't even on the video, but I got the notification for the comment. It's fucking crazy. But yeah, he's calling me Satan. He's calling me all types of weird shit. Like, come on. Like, hey, what's up, Triple? This is going down sooner than later. Yeah. It's close. It's close. The way they keep bumping up them fucking them unrealistic numbers and shit. Let's see. Sent out a message to stay home in Australia. Yeah. Fuck germs. They're roasting our bodies. Exactly. How and I'm not saying that crack or fucking methamphetamine or any of that shit. I'm not trying to fucking stick up for it and say it's a good thing, but how can you tell somebody don't do this and send a motherfucker to jail for doing this, for causing harm to themselves or somebody else when you're fucking causing all this harm to fucking like everybody, you know, like you fucking causing harm to just everything around us is fucking killing us. Everything. Actually, I think nah, probably not. Just because of the high and all that shit fucking with your whatever that shit is to stimulate your brain, serotonin. But if anything, like you can you get more fucking spiritual off that shit. Like you might be able to tap into the spiritual realm and all that shit with them drugs. But this shit right here is just fucking killing you. That shit, those three drums right there putting out shit. Putting out all types of radiation and fucking shit. Just everything around us. Those lights. Even these fucking lights. Everything on this fucking planet is artificial. Well, they have to stop the whole world. That's what they're doing though. Future sex movie Demolition Man. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's exactly Demolition Man. I'll definitely be a part of the resistance because I don't like all the government made me this way. Yeah, definitely. And shit, you are the resistance right now. We all are shit. APB, you too. Be safe. Take care. Hey, tight. Oh, wait, I'm missing. Guys, be safe. Hey, you as well, APB. Georgia, text was sent to customers for their phones' electricity either. Wow. And happy that is so bad. Who was he? Mm. I'm not sure. You, are you talking about the? Nah, it was a girl. If you're talking about the person they're sending home to her family, it was a chick. It was a girl. It was one guy. It was one guy that had a phone in jail. Um, and you can't first, I know somebody on here might be like, no, you can't have no phone in jail, but phones get smuggled in, like, they can. There's definitely phones in prison, and the dude basically, he was filming it and he was showing, like, it's so bad like that. It's like they're unleashing that shit in the jails, because, like, dude was in his cell and he had like two motherfuckers in there. It's like a 6-man cell, and him and only him and somebody else fucking didn't have the shit yet. Like, the rest of the people in there had that shit, and they were in the same fucking cell with dude and his cellie. That he showed out the window and shit, and on the yard, the rec yard or whatever you want to call it. They have a big tent where they're just taking out everybody that fucking dies and just throwing them in that fucking tent. And they said they said it's bad in there. And dude is on his way fucking home in like a year. He got less than a year to do, and they got him in a fucking cell with motherfuckers that's dying. And then it's this chick. It's this chick that she went to the nurse, or to the doctor, to the hospital, and the hospital told her she didn't have nothing. She just had a bug, and you know, a week later she ended up with the shit, and she goes back to the hospital, and they tell her she has it, and she's like, you can tell she's going through it on the video, like she can't breathe. She's like, her body's burning right now, and the doctors are like, there's nothing we can do for you. You got to go home. They're trying to send her back home to her family and shit. Like, how are you trying to send, like, you're not even, so basically you're sending her fucking, she got this shit, but you're gonna send her home with her fucking family. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you guys even, like, it's crazy. How do you expect this shit not to fucking spread? Like, how the fuck do I mean, it's just twisted, man. Everything's fucking rigged up. The game is rigged up. And we can't do nothing but play ball. Excuse me, that's legitimate. Uh, Customer service will not get shut off due to pandemic. Water, that's a good thing. Say, rolling eyes, rolling nappy. I do not see all the messages, or it take too long to get comments, especially here. Yeah, yeah. They fuck with it constantly. It's became their fucking favorite pastime to fuck with the comments. At least barbecue season is here. Huh. Yeah. All this propaganda was everything. If people don't wake up fast, we won't have one to live in. Yeah. I mean, pretty soon. I mean, just taking an educated guess. If this shit goes on, as far as I understand you have to maybe stay in the, I understand people dealing with you have to stay in the house and shit and all that. But once it comes to, people aren't being able to, once the food at the stores run out, because I'm going to the stores and shit, and like a lot of the stores that I went to, or, I go to, they're smaller stores and shit. So I'm sure the big ones are doing even more. But like everything, they're all the deals they had. Like 7-Eleven, for instance. Like I was going to 7-Eleven and they had two burritos for like $3, and you put your phone number in and shit, and coffee for like $1. But like they're not doing that shit no more. They're like they're like, we ain't got no more deals. We're selling everything as is, like the regular price until this corona thing is over. And fucking like they're letting shit, like nobody's restocking the shelves and shit. Like that shit is just fucking disappearing. So once that shit starts happening, people are gonna fucking start, you know. It's not gonna be like they're dealing with a bunch of fucking weenies and shit. Like people are gonna start fucking snapping out this fucking hypnotism they're in. All the people who called us paranoid and conspiracy theorists. Every motherfucker that called us paranoid and fucking conspiracy theorists and all that shit should just fucking start punching themselves in the face. Because they're the reasons that we're in the situation that we're in right now. They are the whole fucking reason for being stupid and not paying attention. People ain't waking up fast enough. It's gonna take more than what's happening to get people to wake up. Yeah. Until they start getting hungry. Once they start getting hungry and shit, you know, and realizing, like, you know, once they realize, like, damn, I'm out of fucking, like, I'm out of work right now. My business is not prospering. Like, you know, it's a guy, Hassan Campbell, and he's doing a lot of breaking shit down on this coronavirus. And, you know, he he did a video with, actually, that's where one of the videos with the dude in jail, like, that's where that video came from. RT has it posted on his channel as well. And, you know, Hassan, he went to, like, one of the places in New York where, like, all the fucking, like, main names, like, big names too, like Pier 31 and, like, some other, you know, reputable stores and shit, like, are just out of business now. Just shutting down. Like, all the fucking chains are shutting down. So, you know, people, it's a lot of people out there that are out of fucking paycheck right now. And even more that don't even have a job to go back to when this shit is over with. Either it's gonna be one or two things that happen. Well, I know a couple things are definitely gonna happen. Those two things, like, people are gonna be going crazy. They're gonna be killing themselves. There's gonna be a lot of family, like, you know, what is that shit? Where you murder the family and then murder yourself, like suicide, murder, suicide, or whatever. It's gonna be a lot of that fucking bullshit. Suicides, fucking people turning on people, robbing people, a lot of looting. It's gonna be bad. They fucking covertly started a civil war. More, pretty much. On the homebody anywhere, so quarantine should be easy, but it's the part of not being free. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that, that's what's up, Tanya. I heard, that the animals catch it, but they don't, like, they carriers and shit. Just carriers. Like, a lot of people, it's not funny, but a lot of people fucking, you know, been abandoning their animals and shit behind it. Like it's fucked up. Like, how the fuck do you own an animal for self? Like that, shouldn't that be like your family member? It's not like it's not like they got the shit. They fucking live with you. They fucking live with you. Like they not gonna magically just fucking end up with the virus. Keep your fucking dog in the house, and then you'll be the only one giving anybody a virus. If anybody gives anybody, like, why would you fucking kick it out in the fucking streets like that? Especially like, well, I can't see, but I would see their way of thinking if they like just got the animal or something. But an animal that's been with you for like 3 or 4 years, and like how the fuck did you even how did you do that? Oh, appreciate that more. Perps can do what they perps can do whatever they want pretty much. They you know, they got that pass, that teacher's pass. I heard you can no longer purchase seeds from Walmart. I love veggies type. Okay. Nappy, do you believe that story about that girl? Yeah, I believe it. You know, I just don't believe. I believe the coronavirus is 100% real. I believe that, but the way they saying that people are contacting it is bullshit. I think they're giving it to people, and then people are going and passing that shit to their family members and shit. Like, because from from everything that I've looked up, like, for one, the shit can't, like, it can't be out of a host for longer than a couple of fucking hours before it dies. And all this shit they're saying, like how long it lasts on the surface and all that fucking bullshit is fucking bullshit. And and the people were breaking it down, and it made sense. Like, if that's the case, then people would fucking have AIDS. Like, a lot of fucking, like, AIDS would be it's a big epidemic now, but it would be a way bigger epidemic than what it is now. What it is now is people just fucking, they're catching that shit for being stupid, pretty much, or, blood transfusions or some shit like that. But if it was, it's a virus, so, if it was all that they're saying it is, which they say this shit has 4 strands of HIV in it. So, if it was anything that bad, then we would all have AIDS pretty much. My brother is in prison. He said they got beds set up in the gym in case anyone catches it. Yeah. And see, that's gonna be really bad in the gym, cause, you feel me? The gym, that's like, there's nothing separating anything. Everything is just like bunks everywhere. Just fucking, fucking hundreds of fucking bunks, depending on how big the gym is. The gym is gonna be pretty much filled, and there's not gonna be no space. Like, you're gonna have to walk sideways to get in between bunks, pretty much. So, if somebody fucking catches that shit in there, it's gonna be domino effect. You're just gonna have one fucking gym full of fucking. That shit's gonna be like the fucking command station for the fucking shit. They're just gonna let them die. Fucking. This is a mass. Literally, this is fucking mass murder. All these people that died, whoever is responsible, they're saying somebody is fucking responsible for that shit. Like, this is the type of shit we should be going to war for. Whoever let this fucking virus out, and I'm talking about, we need, whoever did this shit, like, we need to fucking shut their whole fucking operation down. Period. All this fucking getting on TV, lying to people and fucking telling people all types of fucking bullshit to stay in the house and shit. Like, when 9/11 came, like, you didn't fucking tell us to stay in the house, because terrorists are fucking, all out in America and shit. You didn't tell us to do that shit. Why the fuck? That shit fucking frustrates the shit, dude. Those aren't humans on news you can see in the hospitals. Humans on news. I'm not sure I catch that YouTube video called Cough Not Corona. Yeah. Well, I just started lettuce winter plants. Trump just ordered a ton of that medication from India. Been a ton of people. They won't show that on MSN. Nah, they won't. I'm not taking that shit, that's for sure. Unless they just fucking, strap me down to a fucking gurney or something. I'd rather fucking just. I know it sounds fucked up, but I'd rather fucking be out of here before I have some type of fucking bullshit that can basically fucking remote control me with. They already got my fucking ears and my eyes. And for them to actually be able to control your body and shit, make shit shut down and all that, fuck that. I got really good touching. Not touching my face. Definitely. Yeah, zinc. And Minority Report. Yeah, I got some tonic water. I got a bunch of tonic water. I got lemon squeezes. I got one a day vitamins, but I think you probably have to take that zinc stuff like pure or something. I don't know. Over there putting everything up. Too much money. Yep. Yeah. That be get a few liters of tonic water bottles, and if you get it, you can medicate yourself. Yeah, I have the tonic water. I have the tonic water. I gotta go get some. I gotta go get some baking soda still. Um, and I gotta get the pure zinc, but I don't know. I don't know even, you know, how it would come about that zinc. Like, do they sell it in vitamins or like one a day vitamins? Or not one a day vitamins, but like, yeah. Like, is there a bottle of just zinc that's completely zinc? Man, in the grocery store, certain meats and certain things and eggs and stuff, prices went up. Yeah, these people, man, they're banking off of, like, and these are the times that, if anything, prices should, be going down because people don't have the money like that. People gotta stretch their money. It's a world epidemic, but motherfuckers is like, hell nah. What it is I think they're going up on the prices because they're not gonna be ordering shit. Like they want to get the most out their money. So anything you get now is gonna be like going to a fucking sports arena. Like how the fucking hot dogs cost like $10 and a cup of Coke is like $7.50. Like, oh shit, that's crazy, man. Crazy. It's like you can't go to the movies. You're already paying fucking $15, $20 to get into the fucking movie theater. And now you want to charge me fucking $4 for a fucking Coke, $3.50 for a small bag of popcorn. What the fuck? Wait, not be sick? Nah, my friend, not sick. Not sick at all. Nah, those are just those are just my little precautions and shit. So if I do fucking end up with the shit, I can hurry up and fucking experiment, make me some fucking experiments and shit. I fucking like everything that people, pretty much every time I see a video with somebody saying, you know, how to get rid of it, like I grab that shit. If I can, like it's a couple things I haven't grabbed yet, but for the most part, so I don't fucking be going out of my mind crazy and shit. Like people like running to the fucking doctors and all the bullshit. Ripping and running through the stores trying to find the shit, but it ain't there. You can take course sitting and sink Yeah, I think that's what the tonic water is. I believe dude was saying it had that shit in it, quercetin or something. It's whatever's in the tonic water. Well, you know, they have a pure form of it. They have a pure form of it, but it's kind of hard to get get. I guess Clinton signed a bill some years back that he banned a lot of fucking nutrients and shit that the human body like we need. Like he blocked a lot of shit that had those types of nutrients in it. Like that's the type of shit. Like how can you block a food like a natural food? Like you're blocking our fucking food and good that food that's good for us though. And you're fucking giving us all this sugar bullshit. Giving us all these GMOs and fucking banning all this good shit. I mean, you gotta be a fucking idiot to think that our government is for us. You have to be an idiot. Okay, the cheaper over the top. Yeah, they're not gonna tell anybody. They're banking off us dying. Population control. They're banking like that's what they want us to fucking be out of here. Or for the most part. Re-educate our children. This is gonna go down in the history books just like the fucking Spanish flu and all that shit. This is gonna go down in the history books. And all them people dying and shit that don't have nothing to do with this, but they're fucking just putting these people on the fucking thing. This is just some extra bullshit for the people, you know, in our fucking future. To where they are our kids and shit. Our kids and their kids. When they go to school, it's gonna be a whole fucking different history and shit. And then all the people that didn't have to do, like, they want the numbers to be super big so they could fucking have, you know, some type of fucking programming for these people coming up in the future. The great, what is the great COVID-19 pandemic. and then and then there's maybe one day if everybody, you know, isn't like if people can like how we've been programmed, but like we're breaking out of the programming and shit. Like maybe someday in the future, you know, people's bodies aren't gonna fucking be able to handle or not handle, but they're gonna be refusing that chip. That chip isn't gonna be working on everybody. And you're gonna have people exposing the fucking government saying, "Oh, the great COVID, the great COVID-19 was, you know, the government gave like they're gonna fucking be breaking this shit down." And then everybody chipped up's gonna be like, "Oh man, you're reaching." Definitely. Definitely. I mean, it's only obvious. Like, they're sending people home, like jails and institutions. They're fucking coaching old people into fucking dying and shit. They're telling people if they get heart attacks or asthma attacks or something, they can't do it. They can't do anything for them because they're resuscitators or for people with COVID-19. But like life and death is life and death, motherfucker. Like you know, the person who has COVID-19 at least has a little bit of chance of fucking surviving. The motherfucker had a heart attack or you know asthma attack and shit, like they need to be fucking resuscitated immediately, and it doesn't take that long to resuscitate an asthma patient. Like a motherfucker that has asthma, like he's not gonna be on the bed for 3 or 4 days reviving himself. Like he'll be back or she'll be back within like a couple days at the most. So that respirator ain't going nowhere, and they definitely want a certain amount of people to die, hands down. And this is the perfect excuse right here. Perfect excuse. The purge is about to happen soon too. I'm definitely expecting that. Yep, me too, man. I'm already knowing, man. I mean, literally like we are pre-programmed through fucking movies and shit, and it doesn't take a lot. A lot of the shit that I'm seeing is shit that I saw in movies and shit a long time ago. Like this is shit that fucking, and common sense. Like if you just knowing, like being able to add shit up from life and then what you're seeing, like from what you fucking observed in life, and then the way shit is going in real life, and then you see this shit playing out in movies and shit. Like it doesn't take a scientist to know, like this is what like this is going to happen. You fucking even seeing like, you know, pandemics in movies, people run into the stores and fucking, kicking in the fucking glass and fucking just looting and taking hella shit. You feel me? Like the same fucking thing with this. Like fucking people running to the fucking stores and fighting each other over toilet paper and shit. And now you gotta fucking stand outside, 6 people at a time. Just imagine like what's gonna go down if it's a complete lockdown and people, there's nobody at the fucking stores. Like the same fucking shit is gonna happen. People are gonna be looting, fucking taking shit that they even don't even fucking need, that it don't even make. It don't even make no sense why they're taking, like, fucking breaking in and taking fucking TVs and fucking radios and shit, like shit they don't even need. People are just gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be bad. And it's like everybody on the news from Trump, you know, from Trump all the way to fucking, and I still say so far Trump is, I'm not a political motherfucker and shit, but in my era, since I've fucking, like, in my generation, all the presidents that came, whether anybody likes it or not, like, Trump is the fucking best president that we've had. Like, and I'm not saying that dude, he's a politician and shit. So I'm not really for politicians or none of that shit. But he's the fucking best president that we've had. This shit, you know, the economy and shit, it went up and all the fucking bullshit and all the racist shit. Like, all the presidents. Oh, if you wanna, you can't just put racism on fucking Trump. Like everybody, like in that thing for the most part, has some sort of racism in them. But anyways, from Trump on down to the fucking everybody, from Trump down to the politicians to all his fucking secretaries on the chain of command and the military and all that bullshit. They're just fucking stroking us with bullshit. You know, stroking us with a bunch of bullshit. Easing us into the Civil War. We're gonna get this shit. We're gonna get this shit under control until it just can't be put under control anymore. $12 they say. Oh, 12 hours for the virus. I think it means for the virus. I'm not sure. If you fired Fauci and Burke and he dismantled who, then these problems would never happen. Yeah. It's a lot of homeless for it to be for an epidemic like they say. It's a lot of homeless people out here. I haven't seen one homeless person or hear about one homeless person dying of fucking COVID. Pretty sure if the homeless community is, pretty like, for the most part, a lot of people go to like the same places to eat and fucking, all that shit. So it would spread like a fucking wildfire if it came to the homeless community. That's for sure. Computer nerd. Yeah. Yeah, check out Reprogram the Matrix if that's. Trump is cutting off funding to who? I'm not sure. Who in CDC needs to be held accountable for their